Welcome to Messy Bun Sisters Podcast. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Lauren.
This
is episode
15? Yes.
Wait, 15. Wow, the first time I didn't know. And you're mad at me?
Because I was trying. Well, I want to make sure I still don't know if it's 15. Is it 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is, if you're watching on YouTube, this is the new and improved Messy Bun Sisters Podcast because we have a green screen in the back.
It was just supposed to be like, this is what it looks like.
Huh?
You know, like you weren't supposed to say green screen, right?
I mean, no.
Like, I think, yeah.
Well, here's a funny thing is my nails are actually green, but on the, on YouTube, they look black. Because of the green scheme, but they're actually green.
That's really funny, actually.
I should have put green lipstick on. I don't have any.
I should have worn a green shirt. I don't have one.
So you'll just look like a floating head?
Oh, I do have one.
I have one too.
That would be really funny. Let's do it.
Should I go get it?
No.
Oh.
For
Okay.
another time.
Okay, that'd be really funny.
I'm not wearing the right attire today.
What do you mean?
Because you have your cool shirt on.
Oh, yeah. Today we're talking about the
Los
Spurs. Nombre, shut up. Go Spurs, go. That's the shirt I'm wearing for those of you just listening. We'll explain that later.
Okay.
About nombre, shut up. Go Spurs, shut up.
How's your day?
So Alyssa yelled at me earlier.
I did not yell at her.
Tell us what happened.
Okay. I think that a lot of people can relate, especially because that was ridiculous. Especially,
it's the end.
Especially if you want some sparkling water?
No.
Well, I'm not going to drink.
Oh, how about some tea out of this Hollow Tree Ranch mug that will be available at hollowtreeranch.com. Don't know what Hollow Tree Ranch is? Go to @hollowtreeranch on Instagram or hollowtreeranch.com. The end.
Not brought to you by Hollow Tree Ranch.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Oh. No, maybe one day. Also, I'm wearing my scrunchie. And by the way, when this comes out, we will have scrunchies on our website.
What's the date that it comes out?
The 18th.
Oh my God.
What?
I just got a text. That's funny. The 18th.
Okay. On the 18th, when this comes out, when you hear this podcast, our scrunchies will be live on the website and you will be able to order our scrunchies. My nose itches itchy.
Is it itchy?
Is itchy. So I'm excited that we're actually going to be launching them because actually the other day someone was like, "Are you still doing your scrunchies?"
Because we posted about it.
We talked about it on the podcast
and posted it on Instagram.
We were just like on Instagram. It was like, "Who would wear these?" And people. It was like coming soon.
Coming sometime in the same year.
That's what she said. Also, we are gonna have our shirts soon too. We're just working on a. Man, I'm sneezy.
I know I'm about to sneeze. I think you made me sneeze.
That's not, sneezes aren't contagious.
Or are they?
You can do it.
Cold or contagious? No, I stopped it.
You stopped.
Stop my sneeze.
Okay, why were you mad at me?
I wasn't mad. I was gonna say for those of you who have sisters. Or our sisters, you can relate that a sister knows how to manipulate you. So
why
Lauren,
are you letting yourself get manipulated?
You are the one that was manipulating me. You're making it worse.
Also, listen, I have matching pimples right now.
I know, it's terrible. I hate having pimples. There.
Okay, go ahead.
So Lauren had asked me to do something, and I was telling her how bad I am at it. And I just don't feel confident. And she was like, "It's because you don't like me. That's why you're not doing it." That's what you said.
I didn't say that.
That is exactly what you said.
Trent, is that what I said?
What are you guys talking about?
Trent is always going to choose your side. You can't just always ask Trent what he thinks.
You know what?
It's
Marriage
not
is
fair.
not about choosing sides. Trent will always be, Trent is very, he's very neutral. Like if he sees both sides, even if it's me or you, he will actually make a good decision. He would be a good judge.
Okay, so I felt attacked. And then,
You weren't
then-
attacked.
okay, well then tell your side of the story.
I just told Alyssa she needs to post on Instagram more.
And I told her I'm not good at it, and I don't feel comfortable.
I said it's okay that you're not good at it, and that's it. I was like,
you literally said it's because you don't like me.
I don't think I said that. Literally, I have no recollection.
I'm so mad right now. Oh my god!
I literally don't think I said that. I think you think I
Why
said
would
that.
I say what else would have been manipulative that I said was manipulating?
Maybe if I would have said like, I guess you don't care about our podcast anymore.
You said, I guess you don't like me, or I guess you don't care about me, something like that.
Okay,
But you
Alyssa,
said me, not our podcast.
That's just like a thing that I say. Like, okay, I guess you don't like me.
But for me, I said I don't appreciate that because
Reappreciate it?
appreciate it because I am a people person. So if somebody is saying something that's manipulative, because then I'm like, well, now Lauren thinks that I hate her, so now I need to post every day all the time.
Yes.
And Lauren, exactly.
I did it.
Okay.
Well, she's
definition of
definitely
manipulation.
not gonna post every day all the time. So, oh well. Anyway, who's listening?
So mad at
Who's listening anymore? We're like 5
Anyway.
minutes in and no one's listening anymore.
Everybody's still listening because that's relatable, especially to younger sisters. I'm sure if this happened to you, let me know in the comments below. Anyways, I am going to go on our Messy Bun Sisters Instagram.
And post right now?
No.
Oh, God.
I was going to look up our
Review of the week.
Except I can't get to the Instagram.
Like chicken tonight. Like, do you need mine?
No, I got it. This is from our very own San Antonio Love Shack Boutique.
I love the Love Shack boutique.
Baby,
Not for the
Love
reason
Shack.
that you think.
But for what reason?
Because they like are a friend of the podcast and they always like comment on our stuff and they always are like, hey, if you need a place to record your podcast, like
No way.
I remember one time they were like, hey, if you were nervous about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
They were like, hey, if you ever need somebody on and talk about like sex education or whatever, I can. Alyssa was like, I don't want to talk about sex. My dad listens to this. I guess how you were made. Mom and dad had sex.
What? I feel like tonight. Sorry, that's weird. So, anyways,
Like, they're just really cool people.
Yeah, they commented on that our buns picture of us looking and laughing at each other, and just said "love you all" with claps and praise hands and a heart. It was really sweet.
Yeah, I like them. They're nice people.
They're like, that's so sweet.
Can you click on their click on their Instagram and see what we got. If you guys want to check out the Love Shack,
Whoa.
it's just like, they do a lot of sex education out there. They also do, they sell like lingerie and adult stuff, things.
Stuff.
If you're interested, I've actually been in there for I think a bachelorette party or something, and they just have like really nice people working. They're very helpful. If you have any questions, they don't make it awkward, because sometimes, like Alyssa, like you can't be awkward when you're talking to a stranger about your marital
I wouldn't.
connections, marital time.
I wouldn't. But if they made it comfortable,
They
and,
make
like,
it super
like you're the
comfortable.
friend, then I would feel better about it.
Yeah, they're really cool. Go check out Love Shack Boutique on Instagram. All right, now it's time for
Wait for it.
Ooh, wee.
I forgot
Oh
how
my
it
God.
goes.
That's news to me. That's news to me. Ooh, wee. That's news to me. That's news to me. All right. Woo. I don't know why I clapped. You forgot the song.
I know. I was gonna do ding 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 ding.
Anyway.
It feels better in this atmosphere.
Yeah,
To go
'cause
ding ding ding.
Trent
ding, ding,
changed
ding,
our
ding,
background
ding, 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 ding,
to look
ding,
like a news story. And here we are at a
Messy Bun Sisters podcast studio.
We pretty much in our studio. Anyway, so those of you, so it's already been probably a week since this happened when this comes out.
Oh, when this comes out.
When
yeah.
this comes out. Okay. Disney Plus has come out and has offered their streaming service for 1 full week for new users.
What?
Did you know that? Or maybe it's a
No, a full week. Yeah.
it's a full week. So I definitely downloaded it. I've already watched Cinderella. I'm in the middle of Star Wars. And sorry, I got a text message. I'm distracted.
ADD.
I think after talking to Trent, I think we're gonna keep it. Maybe if he is cool with it,
Wait, why?
because it has literally every single.
But are they gonna keep it like that? You
Well,
know what I mean?
it's $7 a month. Netflix. So with Netflix, we have the more expensive one because it gives you better audio quality, and Trent obviously likes better audio quality. But it's normally like $8. They're all like $8 pretty much. I really like it so far.
Oh, so you were watching Star Wars on Disney Plus?
yeah,
Oh.
they have all the Star Wars because Disney bought Star Wars.
Yeah, I know that.
So I was like, oh, should I watch it in order? Where it's like Phantom Menace. What's the middle one? Attack of the Clones.
I don't remember.
Empire Strikes.
Oh.
No, what's the last one? What's
Fall of the
Fall of the Jedi? Star
Return of the
Wars
Jedi.
in order.
What? I can't believe your favorite one isn't Empire.
It is the Empire Strikes Back. I was right, Alyssa.
No.
Oh wait, that's in the old ones. What's the order?
Rogue One. I don't know. I don't know what this is showing you. Oh, it's just telling you what order you should watch all of them, but that's not the chronological order.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Chronological order. I was thinking, should I watch it in chronological order? So chronological order would be Phantom Menace, which I probably should, thinking about it. Attack of the Clones. That's what I said. Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And then it's Solo, a Star Wars story, and then it's Rogue One,
See,
and then it's A New Hope.
Solo.
I heard it's not very good.
Yeah, it sucks.
Then A New Hope, and then Star Wars episode,
Empire Strikes Back.
and then Return of the Jedi.
So which one's your favorite?
And then The Force Awakens, and then The Last Jedi, and then whatever's next, The Rise of Skywalker. I can't wait. My favorite. I really liked Rogue One. Honestly, have you seen it? It's really good.
Oh wait, yes, I have. Oh wait, no, I haven't. Let me see.
Your favorite is Phantom Menace, right?
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks is my favorite. Rogue One with what's her name? Jet.
I've never seen it.
Someone's gonna be yelling at me right now. Jet. No, that's not it. I
That's
would
news
say
to me.
no, this is not the news. This is not the news story.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I would say my favorite Star Wars is probably I'm gonna say Return of the Jedi. That's my favorite one.
That's your favorite one?
Mm-hmm. Either that one or Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back's my favorite.
Okay.
And that's what I kept saying last night, and nobody was answering me. I'm like, the best one. And everybody's like,
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, you're right. Empire Strikes Back is the best one. Okay.
I know.
I don't know. I just like the ending. I like when they see the ghost people.
You like the oh, they're reunited kind of in spirit.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a news story. Disney Plus is putting a disclaimer for racism in popular old movies.
Like which ones?
Lady and the Tramp.
What happens? That's crazy.
I know. So it says Disney Plus now.
Wait, show me which ones are the disclaimers are on.
So just these two appear, say, Lady and the Tramp and the Jungle Book. And then
That's
Dumbo.
crazy. What?
Yeah.
Racism?
Well, this
In
is
Dumbo?
I haven't seen Dumbo in a long time. So it says, this program is blah, 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 blah. It may contain outdated cultural depictions. That's what it says.
Okay.
So it says Disney Plus is now home to classic movies like Peter Pan, Dumbo, Lady and the Tramp, all of which now come with a disclaimer that they may contain outdated culture depictions. The streaming service has attached the notice to movies that contain racist elements and have been criticized as such in the past. Popular titles like Aristocrats, Fantasia. Well, Aristocrats is We Are Siamese, if you please.
Oh yeah,
Ba-dum,
but
bum,
they're
bum.
Siamese cats.
Right.
But they shouldn't be doing. Yeah.
Are Siamese native to Asia?
But
But they were doing the eyes. You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
But okay, what else?
Okay. Actually, Trent, can you look it up? Are Siamese cats native to Asia? Jungle Book, blah, blah, blah.
What happened in
Though-
Dumbo?
I don't know. I haven't
It
seen
says it
Dumbo.
right there.
In Dumbo, for example, there is a crow character named Jim Crow who speaks in an accent that is a racist parody of a Black American accent. The aristocrat. Yeah, look, see these Asian cats. While the Aristocrats and Lady and the Tramp feature Siamese cats that speak in voice that are offensive parodies of East Asian accents. All of these characters were voiced by white actors. Peter Pan includes a racist depiction of of Native Americans with like the feather and stuff.
That is very.
So people took
interesting.
notice online and praised Disney for adding the disclaimers, and in a way,
I think they
are
should,
taking responsibilities for past mistakes. I don't know, Dumbo. Look at hashtag. So someone named Ernest Owens at Mr. Ernest Owens says, look at hashtag Disney Plus, letting the people know early that their old films were racist and culturally insensitive. Accountability is key and historical context is important.
But it's. I mean, I don't know.
And then, did you find the Siamese cat?
Yeah,
too?
the Siamese cat is one of the first distinctly recognized breeds of an Asian cat.
Okay, so they are native to Asia.
Yes.
Yeah, but they were making fun of like Asian.
And they were made by like white actors. Which I think it was Breakfast at Tiffany's, and there was a white actor that played an Asian man.
Really?
A really famous one. Oh my god, and he was really funny too. But like that's the kind of shit.
That like
but-
old Hollywood.
Yeah.
would
Okay.
do.
So the WB said the cartoon. So even the WB has like a crazy disclaimer too that says the cartoons you're about to see are products of their time. They may depict some of the ethnic and racial prejudice that were commonplace in the American society. These depictions were wrong then and are wrong today. While it's on like a weird font. While the following does not represent the Warner Brothers view of today's society, these cartoons are being presented as they were originally created, because to do so otherwise would be the same as claiming these prejudices never existed. That's what WB has on.
Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, send that to Trent so he can show that. So if you guys haven't seen Breakfast at Tiffany's, it stars Audrey Hepburn, and she lives in an apartment where the landlord is an Asian man. And Mickey Rooney, is he still alive?
No, he
I
didn't.
don't. He died.
It literally
but-
says in the beginning.
But basically,
An
he
Asian 93.
played an Asian man, and they did makeup and everything to show that he was, and it's not funny, but it's it's funny, what were we thinking type thing, you know what I mean? What the heck? Why did we think it was okay? Why? Well, again, it goes back to what we were talking about a couple of podcasts ago. Why the beauty standards have changed, because a lot of white men were running the beauty industry, and I think it's the same as a lot of white men were running old Hollywood,
Right.
and I guess I don't know. It's weird. What a weird time to be alive. Anyway, we're done with the news.
Bye, news.
Hey, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Disney Plus? I'm very interested. Again, I've already watched 2 shows.
I have not. But I felt bad because I think Dad's going to get it for Liam. And Dad just went on a hunt to find Sound of Music in Blu-ray. But they have it on Disney Plus. I'm like, but
Well,
he
at least
said
he
it looks
has
better in Blu-ray.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Than streaming, because that comes off a server.
Yeah. So now we have 2. But Liam really likes Sound of Music.
You know who
It's
else
really
does?
Who?
Kinsey's son.
King?
Yeah,
That's
he
so
like she
cute.
posted a video the other day that he was like singing. I think it was Doe, a deer,
Yeah.
a female deer.
I mean, the songs are really cute. I think that's why kids gravitate to it. I need to drink more. No, don't do that.
Why?
Because I felt like I was going to throw up, and that was going to make me throw up. I don't need to burp. I need things to go down. Go ahead.
Okay, you see how mean she is to me, guys? Why are you laughing? Please don't spit out the drink.
Because I'm not mean.
All right, today we're going to talk about the Spurs. Go, Spurs, go. Go, Spurs,
Let's
go.
get ready to rumble.
Y'all ready for this? Okay, for those of y'all that remember, Avery Johnson used to go, y'all ready for this? On the thing.
Avery Johnson. Was that your
So-
favorite? No.
Malik Rose.
I know. He was there. He was there at Tony Parker's retirement. So that's why we decided to talk about this today, is because 2 days ago, last night, 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm. This it
Whatever.
would have been a week ago when
a week
people
ago,
are listening.
about a week ago,
About a week ago.
Tony Parker retired his jersey with the San Antonio Spurs. And so I was feeling very nostalgic and watching it with Dad. And I was like, we should talk about it, because it honestly felt like a really big part of our lives.
Yeah.
Especially because when they were winning championships and stuff, we were still like kids living at home. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We're from, most of it.
Like San Antonio is so culty about their Spurs.
You
like,
know what's funny?
What?
Is I was in preparation for tonight, I was listening to some YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And David Letterman interviewed Tim Duncan after the 2014 championship, and was like, you know, when people think of San Antonio, they don't really think as like a hub for basketball. And I was like, what? Like, that's all San Antonio has. You know what I mean? As far as like big sports teams. So why wouldn't it be?
I think they mean like outside. They think of the Alamo when people think of San Antonio.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you think like Alamo then Spurs right away?
I don't know. Maybe David Letterman doesn't like sports.
I have no idea. Yeah, I will say that as a disclaimer, is that like we're not super sports people,
Yeah.
but
I wouldn't
Like I
even. I would
said-
even venture to say I'm not a super Spurs fan, but I'm a Spurs fan.
exactly.
I'm
But I
not-
think you're like born into it. Like if you were born in San Antonio,
Yeah.
you're like born a Spurs fan.
Let's talk about super sports fan. The guy on my shirt is a super sports fan. So I wanna. So okay. So let me set it up for y'all. I have no idea what this guy's name is. Do you know his name?
His name is Nombre.
Okay. Nombre. So we have this thing in San Antonio, and we've talked about it before. It's called Fiesta. And it's like basically 2 weeks where the whole city just like parties and has all sorts of fun. If you want to look at the podcast that we've done, we'll link it below. But they're on, was it Telemundo or anyway? Telemundo. Okay. One of those Spanish stations that we have in San Antonio. They were interviewing this man, and the guy basically was like, what do you think of the parade? And he responded with this, and it went like, I don't know if it went viral. It went viral in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So there's like shirts being made of it. He says, well, you'll watch it. We'll play it. Of Nombre playing. It's really quick.
No, me shut up, man. No, me. Go Spurs, go.
Wait, play it again. It's really funny. Play it again.
de este parade?
No, me shut up, man. No, me. Go Spurs, go.
Anyway,
I like that comment right there says a real ass response.
That's the description of the video.
That's funny.
well, I think what's funny about this person is like that's just how San Antonio is. Like that's how people like think about the Spurs. He's like talking about the parade, which is also a big San Antonio thing, and he's like, shut up, go Spurs, go. Like that's all he like really cares about. So anyway, these guys made shirts, and I bought one, obviously.
That is awesome. I
So
should have bought one. I should be wearing a shirt right now. I feel like I'm letting.
yeah, why'd you do that?
Actually, I have a shirt in the car. I just bought one for David yesterday.
A Spurs shirt?
Yes.
Okay, I'll keep it going if you want to go get it real quick.
Nah, I'm good.
Wow,
It's
you
too
hear that,
cold.
Spurs?
It's too cold outside.
Let's see what they
Maybe it's cold. Did you hear that they changed the lyrics to that song?
They did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, we're not. You're supposed to be looking at the weather.
I was seeing what the day it was going to be. So when this comes out, it's going to be 72.
Oh my God. I just saw 77 on there too.
Okay, so let's talk about. Oh yeah, so San Antonio retired. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. I was trying to stop it. So Tony Parker obviously retired his jersey in San Antonio. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it was a mistake for him to go play at Charlotte?
Was it Charlotte? I believe that, such as
The Iraqs and the U.S. Americans, such as.
No, but I don't know, because because I watched the retirement ceremony and he's like, San Antonio's home. I hope that you know that. Like, to the fans, he's like, San Antonio's home. It's always been home. Like, I hope that you know that. So I think he does feel like a little bit regretful, but I think he knew, like, I have another year in me. Like, I want to play, and that he wasn't going to play in the Spurs. You know what I mean?
He didn't play at Charlotte really
I know.
either. So it's like, I mean, why?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. I think he made a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird, you know?
Yeah.
That he even left for a second.
It's stupid, but I mean.
I think that we are kind of spoiled, though, as to have people for a long time. You know what I mean? It's like a franchise. I just think that, you know, people are very loyal to the Spurs, and they really did not get paid as much as they should have been getting paid for their talent level, because they wanted to play for the team.
Yeah. Well, I think they wanted to play for Greg Popovich.
Right.
I think that's another huge reason why people play.
Yeah.
Or for the Spurs.
It was crazy too. They said everybody that spoke at his retirement was saying how hard Pop was on Tony. Like, the hardest on any player was on Tony.
I wonder why.
Because he saw potential in him, and
yeah. He's really good. I mean, he's like a great player. But
Boris Diaw said that they went to a Christmas with him one time at Pop's house. Mm-hmm. Like, Tony, his family, Boris and his family, and at Pop's house. Grand old time, and Boris was like, "Oh, I'm so glad that, you know, they're treating Tony this way, whatever." And then, like, later that night on Christmas Day, Pop and him were reviewing film.
Are you serious? Well, I mean, when that's your life, you know.
I know, but on Christmas, like, nobody wants to talk about work on Christmas.
Some people do.
I don't.
I know you don't. I don't either.
Okay.
Maybe neither does Trent. I don't know. Trent, you want to talk about work on Christmas Day?
Trent works on Christmas.
Oh, you're right.
Got to make that paper.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. But
okay, so let's talk about the Spurs.
let's rewind it to 19.
The Spurs started in 1967. And
Interesting.
yeah, they were actually out of Dallas. They were called the Dallas Chaparrals.
Yeah, and I don't think they were very liked. when
They
in
were
Dallas.
they weren't even in the NBA. They were in the ABA.
Yeah.
And they were one of 11 teams to take the floor in the inaugural season of an upstart ABA. They were called the Chaps. So like they just didn't do very well. And the reason why they came to San Antonio in the first place is because they were sinking financially by their third season. And then the financial difficulties were largely caused by ownership's refusal to spend money on the team, which is kind of funny. I mean, not funny, but it's like, kind of like you said a second ago, like they're not, even now, they're not getting paid what they could for their talent level. I guess that's one of the reasons why they left Dallas in the first place.
Yeah.
And let's see. Oh, the owners wanted out after them not like doing anything for 92 or 72 and 73 season. But then a group of 36 San Antonio businessmen led by manager Angelo something. He's the chairman of the board, John Safer, blah, blah, blah. And President Red McCombs, holla. They made a deal with Dallas ownership to move them to San Antonio.
Why are you Halloween?
Halloween? Halloween.
Why did I sing that just now?
I don't know. Maybe because he made fun of me at Taylor last week.
Okay. But why'd you
Red
holla?
because Red McCombs is like a known businessman in
Yeah,
San Antonio.
he's like very San Antonio.
very
yeah.
progressive. Anyway, so they made it to. They were actually going to be called something else. They were going to be called. What was it? I just saw it because I was like, oh my god.
Why didn't you save it then?
I thought I did.
Halloween.
When
I
they
don't
moved to San
remember.
Antonio, they were going to be called
Moving to San Antonio.
Let's see.
Chaparrals.
blah 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 blah. Gunslingers.
That would have been terrible.
I know it would have been terrible. Like now in
that's what
2019.
I'm saying. Like they would have had to change their name, and that would have sucked.
Yeah. However, before they even so it says after the deal was signed, the team was renamed the San Antonio Gunslingers. But if you think about it, like for football, they still have the Redskins.
Yeah, it's awkward.
What's another?
I thought they were gonna change it. I thought they did change it.
No, they didn't. They're still the Redskins.
I don't know.
Anyway, so it was changed by the Spurs, and the colors were actually changed from red, white, and blue, what they were to the Chaparral, to silver and black, which is funny because
That's what it was first.
originally. Yeah,
And then it was like all those fun colors.
yeah, because then it turned
Pink,
into like
green.
yeah, and I don't know if you were probably
Sorry,
I
my
was-
leggings are all the way up here. I fixed them. I just wanted people to know.
no one's listening. I mean,
Everyone's listening, but some people are watching. And Some
Yeah.
people probably saw me do that and was like, "What is she doing?" They're uncomfortable. So
Elsa.
I'm trying to.
nobody cares.
I saw myself doing it and I was like, "That looks weird."
Nobody cares. Anyway, so oh no, my mic. So then they started playing at the Hemisphere Arena. That's what I was gonna say. You probably don't remember the Hemisphere Arena, do you?
Yeah, everybody. They still have events and stuff there. Like almost all high schoolers graduate in the Hemisphere, don't they? Oh, what am I thinking of? I'm not thinking of the Hemisphere.
You're thinking of Freeman Coliseum.
Oh yeah.
But Hemisphere
Okay.
got torn down in like 1999 or whatever, 1996. Or
I was like,
something.
why is she acting like that? I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not an idiot. Hemisphere Arena is where they started. And then it got, I think,
Why did the Hemisphere get so like everything? They're like they tore down the arena. They like took off the things. The like, what are they called? That are
the
at
little,
Rack Space.
uh-huh.
What are they called? The Sky Bridge.
Well, I
thing?
think it was all for the World's Fair.
But why don't they just keep it?
Listen, I'm not on the city council. I don't know. It's stupid because that was really fun and it was like a huge part of San Antonio for a long time too.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are stupid and they make dumb decisions and they don't care about people's hearts.
Okay.
And my heart is broken. Anyway, so the Spurs. Now you're yawning. The Spurs actually didn't win. They started in '67 and they moved to San Antonio in the '70s, but then they didn't actually get a championship until 1999. And even before then,
Gonna party like it's
1999.
1999.
So what sucks is like George Gervin was like the Iceman, right?
Yeah.
And he was like a really big part of.
And he never got a ring?
No, he quit in '85.
Oh, wow.
But he is also like a huge portion of San Antonio. Like I gotta stop saying like.
Okay. Can we,
What?
can we take a break?
Why?
Because I need something for this is not as comfortable as the couches.
You need something for your back? Why don't you ask Trent to get you a pillow for your back from our bedroom, Trent, the flowery one.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're not gonna take a break. Trent's just gonna get you a pillow.
Okay.
So anyway, pretty sure that George Gervin actually brought us into the NBA, and he's the Iceman, and he did really, really, really well. He was traded to the Chicago Bulls, it would effectively seal
Thank
the
you.
end of an era that began when the Spurs first moved to San Antonio. Crazy. So they called this from 85 to 89 the difficult years.
Really?
The next 4 seasons were a dark time in Spurs history, with the team having a combined record of 115 and 213.
Dang.
That sucks. From 85 until 89. The losing seasons and dwindling attendance often caused the Spurs to be mentioned as a potential candidate for relocation to another city. Can you imagine?
I can't.
This is all from Wikipedia, by the way, so it's all edited. The lone bright spot during this period was the Spurs being awarded the top pick in 1987 NBA draft, the NBA draft lottery. So for those of you that don't know about, like, I'm sure a lot of people do, but when you suck in the NBA, you sometimes get a top pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So basically you get to choose like the best player in the NBA or in the
Draft.
what's it, NCAA. So although Robinson was drafted in 1987, the Spurs would have to wait until 1989 to see him in the Spurs uniform because of his prior 2-year commitment to serve in the United States Navy.
Yeah.
Isn't that so
Because he
cool?
was at the academy, so they signed like a...
Right. And that is where it all started, my friends. At least for us.
Admiral.
At least for us.
5-0. 5-0.
Yeah, at least in my like early remembrance. Are you feeling better?
Yeah.
Do you need anything?
No.
Okay. Really, David Robinson was like the guy that like started the like, I don't know, I feel.
You said you weren't going to say like anymore.
Dang it. He started this
Like.
cult-y type feeling towards the Spurs, I feel. Like maybe it was George Gervin, but I think that David Robinson, because he was such a good guy and he was called the Admiral, and I don't know.
I think
he
like
served the Navy. You know,
yeah.
he served in the
Navy.
military.
Yeah.
I think, and San Antonio is called Military City,
City,
USA. Jinx. I don't know. I feel like it started. Anyway, that
So he started in 90...
89.
Oh, 89.
Yeah, 89 until 2003. And Larry Brown was a Spurs head coach who moved to San Antonio after winning the NCAA.
I can't. I'm not reading, so I don't know what's happening.
NCAA National Championship with Kansas in 1988. Okay, so remember last week we talked about my speech impediment when I was little. Have you seen the King's Speech?
Yes.
It really does help to sing. That's why
You did a good job.
Thank you. So then comes David Robinson era. So David Robinson did get us a championship. He did eventually leave us with a ring. So
Did he get one or two? He got two.
He got 2. So the year he left was the second year we won a championship. We actually built the Alamo Dome right around that time.
I really wish I still played there.
It was built to be a football stadium.
I know.
It's really stupid that they did that, but like they should have built another basketball stadium. But so anyway, they were playing at the Alamo Dome, and what they had to do was they use this ugly blue
banner,
not banner, but like a curtain during the Spurs game to cut it off in half, so you could actually have like regulation Spurs games. So whenever you're in the Alamo Dome, if you were sitting by the curtain, it obviously didn't go all the way up to the top.
Right.
It was only like a little section, so it caused not a lot of like seats, I feel.
There wasn't that as many seats. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to show
it was so steep. Remember that?
Yeah.
At the Alamo Dome?
I haven't been to the Alamo Dome in a long time.
Did you ever go to a game? Spurs game at the Alamo Dome?
I feel like yes.
How would you not remember?
Because I was like 12.
Because I had a very great experience.
Uh-huh.
My first, I don't know if it was my first Spurs game, but the one that I remember, I went with Dad. They thought I was a boy. So we
No,
sat like,
that was that the Spurs or was that UTSA?
it was the Spurs.
Are you sure?
I met Sean Elliott.
Okay. Let's hear
Oh,
it. Hear it.
Lauren, don't belittle my
Where's the proof? I need the
memory.
photos. Post it on Instagram.
I need to find this photo. I will find the photo.
And post it on Instagram?
If I find it, I'll post it because okay, it's me and Dad, and we got almost floor seats. So like it wasn't right on the floor, it's kind of like off there, but like where they walked by. So we were kind of like if the thing was here, you know what I mean? Sorry.
Such as.
And so so I remember specifically this was the time in my life where I never put my hair down, and I always wore it up, like even in showers and stuff. I would like, yeah.
Even in showers, you would keep.
No,
I want to know why. What was going through your brain?
I don't know. I was not born with the kind of confidence that you were. So
And so you would wear your hair in a ponytail in the
like
shower.
in a low ponytail
In the shower.
and like wash it, but then like yeah, I would wash my hair still.
So-
But then I would like take it out and then put it back in and let it dry like that.
And Mom didn't think that was weird?
I'm sure she did, but what can you do in like middle school kid? So anyways, we're at the game and they had like a half court thing like for the halftime. So they picked me because I was just right there. But it was like me and all these other boys. So I don't know if they thought that I was also a boy. So we met Sean Elliott and he came out and he gave us all these books that were signed. It was like a not a spy book, but almost like a mystery.
Do you still have
Like a
it?
kid's mystery book. It has to be somewhere. I don't think I would throw that away. I think I know where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to find that and post that too. And I'm sure I like put the picture in there just to like, I'm sure Dad knows where the picture is. Anyways, okay, so I met Sean Elliott. Half court Spurs game, me and Dad.
I told that story to somebody, but I thought it was a UTSA game.
I've never been to a UTSA game. And I
Well-
was like 12. The UTSA didn't even like really have.
They had basketball back then. They didn't have
I've been to
football.
a basketball game at UTSA.
That's what I
but
mean.
that was like more in high school. And that's when the guy was like, what did he used to chant? It was like,
Our team is boom dynamite. Our team is boom dynamite. Our team is tick 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 boom dynamite.
Your team is what?
Dynamite.
Your team is
What? Dynamite? Your team is tick 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 boom. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, it was like this old black
That
man.
was his like favorite thing. Yeah.
And he would go up and down the stands.
Yeah. But anyways, the Spurs game.
So I think I don't know. My Thea Linda said that she used to take me to Spurs games, but I don't know if that was Hemisphere or if that was Alamo Dome.
Yeah.
I don't remember. So,
Thea Linda's been going to Spurs games a long time.
well, let's talk about that. So Thea Linda and Thea Letha used to be a part of this thing called the Baseline Bums. Have you heard of that?
really?
So the Baseline Bums are basically, it's like a fan club basically, and you
Okay.
have to like pay to be like a membership or whatever. Here, I'll just read what this says. The Baseline Bums are an institution of Spurs fandom. They have existed since the Dallas Chaparrals became a San Antonio Spurs. We're talking 1973, when the Bums were the rowdy Spurs support crew down at the Hemisphere Arena. As the Spurs' popularity increased, the AARP-sponsored crew has evolved into a fanatic backbone of the franchise into the community service providers. But
Is there still a
Baseline Bums. If you look at the Alamo Dome, I think it's by, or not the Alamo Dome, AT&T Center. I think it's by La Gloria. It's either by La Gloria or by the HEB. So it's one by the HEB Fan Center. But it's just like a whole section called Baseline Bums, and you get like special things. It's like a fan club.
Yeah.
And everybody gets like their seats and stuff. It's been around forever.
Yeah.
And Thea Linda and Thea Letha were a part of it.
But she's not anymore. But she has.
Yeah,
she
she's
has
not
season
anymore.
Tickets.
Yeah. Let's see. Make no mistake. There's still the, what's that word?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Make no mistake. There's still the
Roushes. let's just say rowdy.
Rowdy team cheerleaders they've always been.
I just realized something.
The Baseline Bums serve as an ambassador to the Spurs organization, says Bonnie, a 12th season Baseline Bum and current president of the supportive operation. We've been doing a lot of camps, the clinics, and tournaments. We also do a dance clinic where we help out kids on the court whenever they need help with door hands out, anywhere the Spurs need us. Also, on behalf of the Spurs, we have an annual blanket drive. So basically, they just get like they become a part of this like Spurs group. It's really cool. What happened?
I'm just trying to crowd control still, but
Oh my god!
I'm listening.
Okay. So okay, I want to talk about this is like my favorite memory of the Spurs.
Yeah.
So I remember exactly where I was. We were playing the Trailblazers, and we were watching it in the room at the Fort Clinton house. The Memorial Day Miracle is what it's called. And I was so stressed out because the Spurs were, I must have been like, was he 99? I was 12. So I was like.
Wait. No, it wasn't this one. It was, 1999. Okay.
Yeah, I was 12. And I went to my room because we had a TV in our room. And I was like, I'm just going to watch it alone in the room because I can't deal with what's happening around me.
Who was all there? Just us?
Just us, I think. So this is what happened, the Memorial Day Miracle.
12 seconds left in regulation, and the Trailblazers still hanging on by 2.
If you're a Trailblazer or a Trailblazer fan, you've got to feel good about this. This is where you wanted to be. And now San Antonio is trying to survive with 12 seconds to go.
Duncan, Elliott, Robinson, and Kerr on the floor. Ellie will throw it in. Into Sean Elliott. He fires the 3.
And hits it!
San Antonio takes the lead. The 6th three-pointer today for Sean Elliott.
Sean Elliott, I remember, was...
The San Antonio Spurs have taken the lead for the first time in the game. Remember, they were down 18 points earlier.
It's so crazy. Like,
So-
Dad and I were just talking about this because, like, you remember where you were. Like,
Yeah.
you really do.
I want to cry.
Don't cry.
No, it was just so cool because, listen, I was 12. I had like hardly any interest in the Spurs. Like
Yeah.
I was just like feeding off the city. Seriously, because
Yeah.
like literally I remember, one thing I vividly remember is you could not get on the highway and not see Spurs flags on cars.
I loved those.
Literally, it was like every other car had a
Yeah.
Spurs flag. I remember they were like $15 and Dad like refused to pay $15. So people would run on the windows, forget they had the flag, and Dad would pull up on the side of the road and get the flags. Dad, comment below if you remember
we
that.
had him on the we had him on the van, right?
Yeah, I think so. With the Memorial Day Miracle,
Okay, that's what we were talking about because we saw a replay the other day at the Tony Parker game.
yeah,
It was a miracle because he didn't.
he didn't put his feet
His
down.
ankles
Yeah, that's what I
down.
was gonna say. So
Oh.
it was like literally right on the baseline. Like he caught the ball, bounced the ball inbounds. And I don't know if the other video we have it will show it, but literally
I don't think it
if
did.
his heels would have touched the ground,
Yeah.
if he would not have stayed on the balls of his feet,
Yep.
it would not have counted. We have not have won. We would not have gone to play the Knicks
Yep.
and won the
We
championship.
talked about this because that happened in the game. If somebody shot a 3 to win, this is from the other team, and his ankles touched.
Oh no way!
So we were like, "Oh my gosh, remember Memorial Day Miracle?"
Can you see, Trent, if that other video I sent you of the Memorial Day Miracle has actually, I think that's it right there, the one you already have up. Yeah, I wonder if that actually shows the his feet not touching the ground. This is just
Into
loud.
Sean Elliott. He fires the 3. And
Look at all. It was so loud.
I almost have the chills right now.
He caught it and tight broke the
tightrope the sideline.
The audio is awful.
That's the shot you take with the clock running out, not with 9 seconds left.
That fooled me. I didn't think they would shoot a three right there. And he was actually covered pretty well.
Antonio Daniels.
Bob, it's the closest three you take on that sideline, and it's also the easiest
Let's
place
watch
to
it.
step
There you
out
go.
of bounds. Watch his feet.
Never
Oh
touched
my
it.
gosh.
Gathered himself and buried the three. Sean Elliott. That all started. Remember when
And
they were
now
down
he's the
18
one
in
that's
the third
announcing
quarter? We
like
said,
that.
I know. Here, look,
Make
it's going to do it
some
again.
shots. Well, he had made them. And look
Woo!
at this. Ogman goes for the steal. Rasheed Wallace, a hand in the face. He didn't even see the basket.
The audio is so bad. I remember
You're
it.
really crying.
It was emotional.
Yeah.
That defines your career. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anyway, so that was a big memory.
I like that he's still around too.
Yeah, that
You
he
know,
that he
broadcasting and
TNT, I
stuff.
think.
I don't know.
And then I think what I like most about the Spurs, and this might be the same for other sports teams
I
too.
was thinking that, like, is it the same? I need to ask David because I'm like, he was such a Kings fan growing up,
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's like the same feeling.
I don't
You know?
know. Well, what I was gonna say is, like, for example, is Avery Johnson still coach?
He was.
He was he was like a head coach. Steve Kerr was a head coach. Now Tim Duncan is a coach. You know what
Becky
I mean?
Hammond, but she didn't play for the
She
Spurs.
played for the Spurs. But like
But
Sean,
she's San Antonio.
like Sean Elliott's really involved, and like
Matt Bonner.
Matt Bonner. See, what I'm saying is, like, people who come play for Pop, I feel, or come play at San Antonio, also stay in the city.
I think they love basketball. They have like this love for basketball, and so they like keep it going.
Let's talk about this, because I disagree. I don't think that they love. Yes, they love the game, but I feel like there's something about Greg Popovich and maybe even the city that keeps them here.
We just said that they went to go coach at other teams.
Right, but I think that they developed that love of the sport because of Greg Popovich. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? Like,
Explain.
I don't know. I just feel that he has mentored so many players
Yeah.
that they want to like Malik Rose doesn't play basketball anymore. You know what I
He
mean?
played at Lifetime one time, and I saw him.
Okay, that was like 12 years ago, Alyssa.
Maybe 8 years ago. But still,
But
that
what
was
I'm
like
saying-
10 years after he stopped playing.
Yeah, that's true. Let's talk about somebody who turned their back on the Spurs.
God.
We're not talking about Dennis Rodman, folks. We're talking about
It's just crazy. Like, it's crazy because I think that that's what Pop wanted to do for him, like what he did
yeah,
for
we're talking about
Tony.
Kawhi Leonard, guys.
Yeah, he wanted to do for Kawhi, like what he did for Tony, and like just mentor him and, you know, use him. And for Tim being so young too, you know what I mean? Like, I think he wanted to do that for Kawhi, but he just was not. He was in it for the money. He wasn't in it for the team.
And I think that's what makes the Spurs player different, is they're in it for the team.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do agree with you.
Kawhi's
So
just a
yeah,
POS.
so people who are like, I would say that's in it for the team. We're talking like, where am I? Like, okay, so from 97 to 2003, it was the Twin Towers, you know, like, which is really sad, but it was Tim Duncan and David Robinson. That was like the era. Then it was the Tim Duncan era. Who was he there by himself? And then it was the big three. It was Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. And, you know, now, like, since they're all retired, like, what's
Patty
next?
Mills.
I feel like it could have been. I feel like it could have been Kawhi. Like, Kawhi could have been the next era that we could have had, but he
obviously didn't fit.
is an idiot. Let's look and see what kind of idiot he is. This is the best. Wait, start from the beginning.
I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball. I mean, it's just more questions you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
I hate his laugh. I feel so uncomfortable right now.
I know.
I'm a fun guy.
But can you imagine trying to, like, mentor that?
I wonder how he feels now.
Well,
Because like whenever they came to play, that's when like he got booed, and then Danny Green got like a whole "Welcome Back, Danny"
I
video.
was at that game.
You were?
I was at that game.
And
So it was Welcome Back, Danny and Kawhi.
oh really?
So the video was both. And so every time they showed Danny, even it was like the pregame, every time the Danny would be shown, everyone was like, yeah. And then every time Kawhi got shown, everyone was like, boo. And that's where it all started. And people were wearing Kawhi Leonard shirts, and they duct taped the back and it said traitor.
Yeah.
And
like that has to suck for like a whole city to think that you're like a traitor.
I mean, he's dumb. Like, again, like I think, listen, we all have choices in life, right? We're never going to know what it was like if he would have stayed in San Antonio. Obviously, he wasn't happy.
I mean, he's a great basketball player. Like that's obvious. He's similar to like how, you know, LeBron James holds his teams on his back, and
Yeah.
you know, like they're the single player kind of guys.
And that's not Spurs basketball.
exactly.
So here, I'll show you. This is the game that I was at. The Kawhi's first time back in San Antonio.
The line to shoot a couple. Trying to pick up the wonder. Trader.
Messed up.
It's amazing how they can do that in unison. You know?
Yeah.
One section gets it going.
You hear one guy say, "Oh, that's a good one. Let me do it too."
Right. Kawhi getting
This has to be the
business here
loudest
tonight.
boo.
It was loud.
Every time he touches the ball. Let's take a look at TNT's upcoming.
But I wonder how the players feel, like the Spurs players. Do you think they feel the same?
Afterwards, they all went and hugged him. Like pretty much all of them.
Because that would suck.
Greg Popovich went and hugged him too. Yeah. He's a classy guy.
Pop?
Yeah.
He's funny.
I was at the game. I was yelling traitor.
I know. I was
yelling.
gonna say it's awful, and I probably wouldn't because I would feel so bad for the guy. But I could see you like traitor,
and it was literally every time he got the ball.
People started yelling
Every
traitor.
time they passed him the ball, a boo or a traitor. Every time. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like people were waiting. Like every time he got the ball passed to him, people were like, boo, traitor.
Yeah.
Every time he went to shoot a free throw. Literally, it was pretty crazy. I have video
I
of
mean,
it
but
somewhere.
he's like always wanted to be back in LA, so whatever.
Well, what's funny is Pop was like, F you, you're going to Toronto where
Yeah.
it's winter all the time.
Yeah.
So
Now he's back in LA.
Is he?
Yeah, he's plays for the Clippers.
It was pretty funny.
And I think Danny Green plays for the Lakers now.
I love Danny Green.
I was obsessed with him.
Are you really?
him.
Okay, so let's circle back a little bit
I'm pretty
and
sure
talk
I have it
about
on my Instagram that there's like
What?
a picture with hearts around him.
Oh my gosh. So okay, so tell me what you think. What do you think the best era of basketball is for the Spurs? And I'll tell you. I'll tell you mine. Do you think it was Twin Towers,
I think Big Three.
Tim Duncan, the Big Three?
Oh, look at this little one. Hang on.
The Big Three. Oh, it's a
I should share
picture.
that on-
It's a picture of Liam at his first Spurs game.
He was so good.
I gotta itch my back. Can you itch my back? Left. Right there. Oh yeah. Okay.
Ew.
So you think the Big Three?
Yeah.
I also think the Big Three, and I think that
That's why I was so emotional watching the frickin' retirement thing.
there's a whole Wikipedia page called the Big Three. The Big Three refers to Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, 3 longtime national basketball. And I think it's so emotional too because we've watched them. We've watched them since I remember when Tony Parker came on the Spurs, he was 19.
That's, yeah.
19 years.
That's
He
what's
was
crazy.
a teenager.
Teenager.
Can you imagine being a teenager playing on I guess so was
So he
LeBron.
said that he would watch the Spurs and like with his brothers and stuff, and his brothers would be like, "Oh, I'm whoever," and he's like, oh, I'm a Bruce Bowen, or like he like looked up to like Bruce Bowen and David Robinson and stuff. And so when he got to play for the Spurs, he'd be like telling his friends like, guys, I'm in the locker room with David Robinson. Like, isn't that crazy? And like,
well, because he teenager, like
I know
19, that's crazy. And I also think too, like that's why like we've seen Tim Duncan when he got drafted. Like I remember when he got drafted. I also remember when Manu came. I don't know. I think that's why it's so emotional for me. And
that's
honestly,
what I'm saying. Like that's why I literally was crying.
And can I be honest with you? Like I haven't really followed the Spurs as closely as I have since
back in the day,
since 2013 to 2016, or even now, because they're not. I don't know.
They're not the same.
It's not the same. Just to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch like the playoffs and stuff, but I don't really keep up with
the Kardashians.
We didn't talk about them. Wow.
Well, no, we just did. You're
anyway,
welcome.
so Duncan and Ginobili retired together after the 2015-2016 season, and Tim Duncan retired 2015-2016. Manu Ginobili retired 2017-2018, and then Parker just retired. Before, it's kind of cool that Tim Duncan's part of like two things, like the Twin Towers, which is him. I was wondering, I remember even that. Like,
I brought Caroline to her first Spurs game. I have it on my Instagram there too.
I was thinking like, what are we gonna do without David Robinson? I even remember thinking that, and that's
and it's like, what are we gonna do without the big three? I like that there's like everybody's kind of riled around Patty Mills right now.
I mean? Well, because Patty Mills also loves San Antonio.
Thank God. Never leave, Patty, please.
Patty, I will buy you coffee for the rest of your life if you stay in San Antonio.
I think that's been helpful that the coffee scene in San Antonio has gotten better. So he's like, I'll stay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm really trying to find this picture that I posted. I'm pretty sure that I did. Well,
it looks like you did it.
Looks like I did. I'm just not looking very well.
Okay, so to close this out, let's look at the championship snapshots, the top 10 final moments in the Spurs history. And also when the Spurs win the championship, it's
the best.
We always say like keep it classy, San Antonio, because we don't like there's other basketball teams we won't mention that like burn,
they riot.
Riot. They like burn down their cities. Like it's insane what they do to quote unquote celebrate. Like we have like a parade. We go downtown and honk. Like it's like that's what we do. Like when we win like a conference title, like if we're like best in the West or whatever, even if we don't win championships, like we will still go downtown. It's like a San Antonio thing. You go downtown and you honk your horn and you just run around on the highway.
Did we go 2014?
Yeah, with little Renee, right? We go down in San Antonio and we just like get stuck on the highway, get stuck in crazy traffic, and literally just honk your horn and run outside and yell at people and say, "Go Spurs Go," and everyone's honking. And it's like, there's even a meme where it's a Mean Girls meme where it says like, "Get in, loser, we're going honking."
That's really funny.
And like, I don't know, it's so cool to see San Antonio be classy and not like super shitty, I guess, and like ruin the city because I guess we're so proud. But anyway, let's look at the top final moments in Spurs history. Also, this is yours.
I'm reading it. One second. Little General, Big Shot. It might be difficult to remember now, but up until 1999. Oh, so that's what we were saying earlier. This is when we won the game.
They used to call Avery Johnson something.
The Little General.
Oh, his Little General?
Yeah.
Okay.
Manu Ginobili posterizes Chris Bosh. Do you remember that?
No.
I don't remember. Oh, is it when he blocked it? Oh my gosh. Because there's one, what's the one that Manu just did recently when he blocked? Was it? I can't
remember when the AC was down in the AT&T Center and like everyone was cool except for LeBron James.
Oh, he's like, it's so hot. It's so hot. Big shot Rob.
I
I can't read.
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Robert Ory. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
I forgot he was called Big Shot Rob. Like he'd always hit 3-pointers.
Between the fourth quarter and overtime, Ori scored 21 points.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Just 3-pointers.
Tim Duncan almost goes quadruple double.
Holy
That's
crap.
insane.
Oh my gosh.
In the finals, yeah. Ray Allen challenges Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Maybe Jesus.
Maybe it's Jesus. I don't remember this.
Not all Spurs memories are good ones. When Spurs fans close their eyes at night, they still have nightmares of Allen rushing the corner of American Airlines arenas in 20,000 team, knocking down an what?
Improbable.
I can't see that far.
Improbable 3-pointer that ruined the Spurs 2013 finals.
That's right.
The Spurs were up 3-2 in the series and led what could have been a clinching Game 6 by 5 points with 30 seconds left. NBA staff had already brought out yellow rope to court off the court for Larry O'Brien trophy presentation.
They already brought out the trophy.
Ginobili and Leonard each missed foul shots that could have sealed the game down the stretch. Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't want to. Okay, next. 6.
Wild Hair Manu gets robbed. Was already an international superstar by the time he arrived at the 2005 finals, had led Argentina, blah, blah, blah. Ginobili saved his best for last in the Game 7, his shoulder-length hair whipping with every crossover dribble. 11 of 23 points in the fourth quarter. He averaged 18.7 points in the end. Duncan won. Oh,
like he got robbed for MVP.
Yeah.
Spurs delay the era of LeBron.
I thought you were going to read it.
No, go ahead.
The year's series marks the 9th finals appearance for LeBron James. His first final trip in 2007 was also short, as James was not quite the king of the league when he took on a seasoned and champions-tested Spurs squad at age 22. The Spurs made a short work of him with defense ace Bruce Bowen helping limit James to 35% shooting in the series.
Okay.
The Spurs ran away with the sweep.
Look at the next one. That's what we're talking about. Spurs beat the Heat.
Go ahead.
An electrical malfunction to an AC failure at the AT&T Center that resulted in the game being played at a temperature that reached 90 degrees.
They're trying to smoke us out of here. Dramatic.
Oh my God.
He left the game with leg cramps in the fourth quarter.
They're trying to smoke us out of here. You're so dumb.
Speedy saves the day. The Spurs had already had Tony Parker on the roster and were expecting to make an offseason run at New Jersey's Jason Kidd. Yet the final series between Spurs and Kids Nets.
Forgot about Jason Kidd.
Yeah. Parker was 20 years old and still erratic, with the Spurs fighting for control of the series when Parker missed 3 shots and committed 3 turnovers to a third quarter game of decisive 6. He turned to little-known backup Speedy Claxton. Transformed a 10-point deficit to an 11-point victory. Claxton became a hot commodity of the free agent market. He signed with Golden State and went on to play for 4 teams. That's crazy. And now, nobody, I don't know his name, but maybe that's
Pop and Brown hug it out. If Popovich had his rank in his 6 finals experiences, 2005 might be among his least enjoyable. And the Spurs won.
Oh.
What happened?
Because they won, and they won against Larry Brown, his mentor. And Larry Brown coached the Spurs first, no?
That's sweet. When the Spurs finished off a dramatic 7-game series victory, Pop and Brown hugged at midcourt at the AT&T Center. For Popovich, the hug was quite celebratory. He was simply relieved the ordeal of coaching against Brown was over. I got it. Well, that's cool. That's a good top 10 to close this out.
Thank you, Spurs.
Thank you, Spurs, for being such a good influence on the city and making us cool and chill. Nombre, shut up.
Go
Shut up.
Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. Well, thank you guys for listening. I hope you like our new set if you're watching on YouTube. Again, scrunchies will be out today. Go on our website, messybunsisters.com, messybunsisters.com, to check out and buy some scrunchies. I'll mail them to you. I'll give them a little kiss if you want. I don't know. Alyssa's going to be posting on Instagram more. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go to Patreon. Bye.
Leave us a review of the week.
Review of the week. Leave us a review of the week.